Hello. Well, I guess that's about it. As you can see over there, I'm packing up, leaving Colombia for the third time, and taking 3 flights tonight to first to Bogota, then Bogota to Quito, and then Quito to Cuenca, Ecuador. I've wanted to go to Cuenca in Ecuador for a long time. I'm really looking forward to being much closer to nature and going for long hikes. I want to buy a pair of hiking boots and go for long hikes. Look at monkeys, pink river dolphins. I don't know. I'm fantasizing about uh, being closer to nature. I love Colombia, and I could definitely get into some nature here. But I'm in Medellin, and this is the second apartment I've had. It's sort of on the outskirts, and just a very rich experience. Um, Sometimes I start to think I'm not even a foreigner anymore, and I'm fine with that. But I also like being a foreigner. Um, hmm. I feel like when you get in a habit of taking too many photos. I remember one time I was with my dad when I was living in Prague, and we were in Berlin together. And I was a bit of a shutterbug, snap, snap, snap. And he said, just stop, dude. Just enjoy it. Um, Many times in life, hopefully, you'll experience this. That the words just don't do it justice. I've changed quite a bit over this last trip, so that's been something. I've changed a lot. Just in the 3 months in Medellin, I was just so focused on work. My first apartment for 2 months, I didn't even film anything in there because it was so small, and it was just shared bathroom and a shared kitchen. I just spent hours and hours and hours in this tiny room, just working and learning and building and just like. Um, and so once I got out of there and I had my own kitchen again and I had enough room to pace back and forth, I did so. But this is not a comfortable city to go for walks, or at least where I am. I really like to walk. So it's a bit of an obstacle course in dodging motorcycles, and I mean, I get it. It's all part of the charm. And if you're in different places in Medellin, you'll have big, huge, beautiful sidewalks. It just feels like the months in Mexico before these months in Colombia were definitely like a compression session, right? It feels like things needed that so that my direction could make itself clear and abundantly self-evident, which it has. Over and over, I get the feeling that I couldn't develop the way that I have within the U.S. So don't get me wrong, I love America. It's my country. It's where I was born. But having these types of perspectives is is really illuminating. Pulling yourself out of a normal context that you completely understand is really, really, really valuable. Anyway, and I've developed others' talents, and I have wonderful new projects on the way, and all of that feels fantastic. I feel really, actually now, I feel really blissed out, like I've earned something this time, like I've really achieved something. Even though the whole time during COVID, being in Puerto Rico and Colombia and Peru, that was a different stage of development, right? I worked full time with a really great small boutique marketing company and SEO, and wrote a bunch of content, edited a bunch of content, optimized a bunch of content, learned so many practical things, and that was that phase. And I left that company to launch my own site, which I did. And it's still struggling. But there's going to be more on that later, because I had originally planned to build 2 separate channels, and that one's branded to my other website. But I'm bringing everything in onto this channel. So all of the tech stuff, all of the travel, all of the course building, all of the teaching, I'm bringing all of that here. So I'm enjoying the evolution and the fact that I'm just not bothered by the camera anymore. Right? And if you teach over 1,000 students around the world and they appreciate what you bring them, and I mean professionals, you know, it's really nice when you get respect from a Chinese doctor. And that makes me feel good. I've earned those scores. I've earned those reviews. But now it's time to take what I teach and what I know to a larger platform and be paid, frankly, what I'm worth. All of this is happening now. So I'm making this big shift. Also be concentrating heavily on Upwork and finding clients and going back into writing and SEO and content marketing and building funnels. I'm interested in that. Really developing my sites the way that I imagine them. The big site that I built, I imagine it being a really, really well done, pumping magazine. That's the way that I see it. A source of quality information. That isn't what it is right now. First to admit it, right? Got enough content just to tickle those keywords and get those pages indexed, but everything needs to be optimized. And not even all the pages are indexed. That's in a whole nother story, another video. But I'm looking forward to Ecuador. I want to go to, one of the first things I want to do is go to their big nature park in Cuenca and see the monkeys and the, toucans, right? So, if you don't have an opportunity to travel, then make one. When you go someplace, stay there as long as you, legally can, At last count, I've lived in 14 countries. Ecuador will be 15. And when I say live, that means I was there for at least 3 months. In some of those countries, a lot longer than 3 months, or multiple visits. But actually, after this, I am considering coming back to the U.S. and I've got another project that I'd like to do from home. Being based out of San Antonio, I like San Antonio. There's martial arts that I want to study, and there's friends that I want to be around, and there's English that I want to speak, and también español es muy bien. Sí, me gusta esta lengua, pero es profundo con un diferente país, ¿ya? Colombia es así. Anyway, off to Ecuador.